everyone. Today we are going to discuss chemistry chapter 7 air. This is the last chapter of this book and we know that the name of the chapter is air, and in this video I am going to include, or you are going to revise, what are the main topics of this chapter and exercise part of this chapter. So the name of the chapter is air. You know that what is the definition of air? Air is a mixture of gases, and we know that air contains many gases. That's how we can say that air is a mixture of gases. And the composition of air, that means what are the gases are present in the air, are mentioned in this chapter. First one is nitrogen, then oxygen, argon, carbon dioxide and other particles also present. And we know that nitrogen means 78% of nitrogen present in the air, and 21% of oxygen present in the air, and 1% of argon, and other gases also present, that means carbon dioxide, water vapor, etc. also present in the air. So the first one, that means the important important part or important gas of the air is oxygen. And in this chapter, oxygen means that we know that oxygen is essential for respiration. And here in this chapter, and what are the topics are included? Preparation of oxygen. That means two ways of preparation is mentioned there, and the one is mentioned here, that means preparation of oxygen from hydrogen peroxide. The next is what are the properties of oxygen? First is physical properties, and the next one is chemical properties, and the next topic is combustion. Then these are the topics you already learned in the class, so we will revise this all the topics again in this video. And the next one is comparison of burning and respiration. What are the differences between burning and respiration? Then test for oxygen. What are the tests are mentioned here? Oxygen tests. Then uses of oxygen. So these are the topics related with the oxygen. Then after that we will go to the nitrogen. That means properties of nitrogen. That means physical and chemical properties. And what are the uses of nitrogen? Then how this nitrogen is useful for plants. That's also an important topic. Then after this oxygen and nitrogen, then we will go to the next gas, that means carbon dioxide. And here also the properties of carbon dioxide and different tests of carbon dioxide, uses of carbon dioxide, and one more topic is there, carbon dioxide, how that will pollute the air. And this is related with one more important topic is there, acid rain. That is the last content of the chapter. Then we will discuss the exercise part of the chapter. We know that there is a thick blanket of air around the earth. A life on earth would not be possible without air. And we know that air is a mixture, that is not a compound. And some facts also explained in the chapter. And the composition of air is 78% of nitrogen is present in the air, 21% of oxygen, then and 1% that contain argon, carbon dioxide, water vapor and other gases. Then we know that oxygen we can prepare by decomposing hydrogen peroxide using manganese dioxide as a catalyst. So in this chapter we are going to study one by one what are the main gases present in the air. So first one is oxygen. I repeat, oxygen we can prepare by the process of decomposing hydrogen peroxide, and in this reaction we can use manganese dioxide as a catalyst. And you know that what is a catalyst? A catalyst is a substance, and generally this catalyst is used to speed up a reaction without being changed itself. So a reaction in which a substance adds on oxygen That is called the oxidation reaction. I repeat, in a reaction, a substance adds on oxygen. That's called the oxidation. Then, when a substance that combines with oxygen, then what will come out? You learned that. That means when a substance combines with oxygen, that will giving out heat, light, and this phenomenon, that means this process we can call it as a combustion. So this is a phenomenon, that means a substance combines with oxygen, that will giving out heat and light, and the phenomenon is called combustion. So the next topics are, so we can say that burning is a combustion, and that when we know that a candle that burns freely in the air, and the supply of air, that means whenever that the supply, that it is extinguished when the supply of air is stopped. Then next, the comparison between burning and respiration also mentioned in this chapter. So listen that what are the other topics mentioned here. We know that oxygen is essential for respiration, and our life is also depends with this oxygen. And what are the properties of oxygen, what are the uses of oxygen? So these are all the things we are going to learn in this chapter. And along with that, the comparison between respiration and comparison between the respiration and burning is also included here. Then oxygen is essential for respiration. Then the slow conversion of iron, that means we know that the process of resting. So resting means the slow conversion of iron into reddish brown hydrated iron oxide. And in this reaction also, moist air, action of oxygen, moist air, and that process is known as resting. And the reddish brown product, that means hydrated iron oxide, that is known as rest. Then next topic is the test for oxygen is also mentioned here. And you know that what are the tests are included in this chapter. Then a glowing splinter burns with a flame of oxygen. Then the next gas is nitrogen. And we know that nitrogen is obtained on a large scale. And what's the process is there? By the fractional distillation of liquefied air. Then nitrogen is indirectly used in plants, or indirectly used by plants for the synthesis of proteins and nucleic acids. Then, so these are the main topics mentioned here. Then the next is carbon dioxide, and this extinguishes a burning splinter, and this turns moist blue litmus into wine red, and it turns lime water milky. So these are the points mentioned here about carbon dioxide. And the other topics are here. Carbon dioxide is used by plants for the process of photosynthesis. And that is, carbon dioxide is very important for the process of photosynthesis. That means plants are making their food. So carbon dioxide is necessary for that. Then, and we know that after all the constituents, air containing harmful substances also there. That harmful substances always pollute the air. Then the common pollutants of the air, we know that carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, oxides of nitrogen, then soot and dust. Then and air are containing harmful substances, and these substances always pollute the air. So pollution, and mainly we can see this pollution in the urban or industrial areas. And the air contains that substance, that means pollutant substance, that are harmful to the people who are living there and our environment. And such air is called polluted air. And the harmful substance present in the air is known as pollutants. And the common pollutants of air, you know that oxides of sulfur, oxides of nitrogen, dust and soot. Then dust and soot that collectively we can call as suspended particles of matter. That means SPM. Then besides there, we can see that small quantities of other substances like that carbon monoxide, hydrogen sulfide, then unlike that. Then the last topic of the chapter is acid rain. And we know that acid rain contains mainly sulfuric acid and nitric acid. And the oxides of this sulfur and nitrogen that present in the pollutants in the air, and this sulfur and nitrogen is going to react with the water that's already present in the atmosphere, and that to form acids. So these acids come down with the air, with the rain, and making the rainwater significantly acidic. So such rain is called acid rain. So the effects of acid rain, we know that this acid rain is affecting or damaging to the monuments and sculptures. Then the water of lakes and rivers become acidic, the soil become acidic, and this therefore that will be unsuitable for cultivation. Then sculptures and monuments and buildings also eroded. So that is the one best example is in front of us, that the Taj Mahal that lost its sheen due to the acid rain. The color of the marble of the Taj Mahal is already changed because of losing its color. Thousands of industrial units are there, and the oil refinery is also there in Mathura, that is in Agra. So the following, that means due to that, this air pollutant, no, that changed into the form of acid rain, and that totally damaged to the Taj Mahal. So the lot of solutions are there. So acid rains has harmful effects always that's affecting the plants, animals, soil, sculptures, monuments, and buildings. So these are the main points you need to remember, and these are the revision topic of the chapter. So I'm going to winding up this video now. Okay, bye.